Hi there! Welcome back to my channel, Healing with Kearra. So, looking into our Aquariuses for the next 3 months using the Sun and Moon Tarot. See whatever Spirit has for us. Oh my goodness. Kind of interesting. Like, okay, so the Six of Wands popped out. So I was kind of looking at that and then looking at the victory and it's like finally being able to celebrate. I was like getting like finally being able to celebrate something finally coming through or working out. Like with all these other ones, it's like you may have made a lot of attempts or made a lot of tries here, and then finally something works out or comes through, or there's some sort of breakthrough finally that you were working towards or that you knew could like always happen for you. You finally turn a corner. People are finally recognizing you, supporting you, seeing you in a new light, building you up here. But it could be this like sudden release of energy or like release of pressure. Like, so I like suddenly had to sneeze. Um, yeah, I always feel like that's kind of interesting when you just like sneeze whenever you're, I don't know why. Um, yeah, it's like you put a lot of effort or a lot of intention, a lot of work into something, and it may have not worked out in the past. But it's like instead of getting frustrated, you just like use that to motivate you or to like uh, to build more or to like drive even harder towards something. So then, yeah, with the Two of Pentacles, we also have the King of Swords underneath that. So it's like you could have been moving towards something like in your mind, you were like moving really quickly, or you had like a really solid intention that you were working towards like in the swiftest way that you could, but there could have been like a lot of things that were outside of your control that came up to kind of like put a stall in things or to kind of force you to slow down at times or to make readjustments or to go about things in different ways or to there was just certain things that came up that you didn't see coming or like yeah unforeseeable obstacles that you had to go around or rework through or stop and take a second and like regather yourself or recollect yourself in order to be able to move forward more swiftly or more fluidly. It's like you had to bring a lot of things into a balance here and you maybe didn't quite predict like exactly what that would entail, or there was like a bit of a learning curve. Um, so it was like you were working really hard to try to bring all sides of something together, or both sides of something together, to where it would be the right fit, or like an equal give and take, or an equal exchange, or it's like you couldn't bring something together until both parts of it were like right in their own way or correct in their own way. So there could have been a lot of things that you had to like go back and double check, or go back and reevaluate, like rework, restructure, rethink how you were going to approach things. So it just took a little bit longer than anticipated, or it's like in your mind you felt like you were being as swift as you possibly could, or your intention was to continue to move forward, but then there were things outside of your control and your environment around you, or certain factors that you didn't consider, or you couldn't see from the beginning, that would then come up and like stall you, or force you to like go about things in a different way, or look at things a little bit differently. But it's like you finally have some sort of breakthrough, or like you finally get it right, or you finally figure out how to be successful. So it's like, yeah, with all these other ones, it's like all these other attempts that you made, but then there was like always something more that you had to do, or something that you had to take a closer look at, or like it wasn't quite right, it didn't quite fit or quite mesh together and work out quite right, so you couldn't just like charge forward like the way that you wanted to. And then it's like you finally figured it out, you finally got it right, you finally got all the pieces together, like you finally brought it into a balance. So that's like finally being able to merge two things like together into one, or yeah, finally being able to like take that next step, or people, it's like finally being able to show this to other people, or let other people see this, let other people recognize the work that you've done, or how far that you've come. So yeah, we have the Ace of Pentacles, and we have the Princess of Pentacles in reverse. So there's some sort of opportunity that you were moving towards or working towards, or that you could have been like given, and then you had to like kind of take the lead, or take the charge and go somewhere with it, or move somewhere with it. Um, but then there ended up being like a lot more of it that entailed, or it's like there was something about it where you didn't have like enough information, or you didn't study thoroughly enough, or maybe you just didn't know, like there was just certain aspects of it, or certain things that were going to go into it that you weren't quite ready for, or like quite equipped for, or that you didn't know how to handle at that time. And so it was like you had to take extra time to like learn more, or you had to just take extra time to figure out how you were going to go around something, or rework something, or just like fine tune it to like its to, yeah, like the best capability, so that it can like move forward in the most fluid, smooth, like once it gets to a stage of like then the consumer meeting it, or like it meeting like the public or something, then it will um, operate the most smooth, or work out the most fluidly, or people will be able to use it the most efficiently. Yeah, people like then it's like once it gets to a certain point, it's able to um, take off, right? And like then yeah, people don't need like any extra help, they can just like use this to like move forward in some way. So then there's like not any issues aftermarket. So you had to like really uh, double check things, or like rework things in some way, take some extra time in some way that like wasn't considered or thought out beforehand, some sort of knowledge you didn't have beforehand, or some sort of something that was like going to go into it that you had to like figure out how you were going to do that, how that was going to work for you, how you were going to rework that for yourself in order to be able to grow here, have progress, and like really turn some sort of opportunity into something. that like other people could access or use. Um, so this is very specific here for our Aquarius, but it's no surprise, right? Like with the Aquarius, there's this it's like sometimes you guys are like ahead of the curve in a lot of ways, or there's this energy of wanting to help others be more successful or efficient, or to be able to move faster or go farther in their lives. So you're like trying to, yeah, like take some sort of opportunity in order to turn it around and make it like um, profitable for the public, or like so the public can, like other people can take advantage of it or use it to like better themselves or their business in some way. So there's this like very visionary. You may have had like big goals to really like help other people in some way. Um, but there was something about it or some aspect to it that you like weren't aware of, or you didn't fully understand everything that it would entail, or all the work that it would require from you, or in order to get it going, or like there was just something about it that you've had to like um, go back and rework, double check in some way. um, some sort of information that you had to go and like collect after the fact. There was just something about it that you couldn't necessarily see before, or something that it entailed that you couldn't quite see, or you just didn't quite understand. Um, or maybe it's like there were certain people around you that could like help you with this or help you learn this, but then it's like you didn't know that because you had never been like connected in that way before. It's like some sort of new level that you had like just started. It's like something new you had just started to get into, or yeah, started to like invest in or work towards. And so there was like some way to make it easier, or have some sort of leg up, like there was someone that you could have like communicated with here in order to help give you the tools that you needed to uh, get off the ground, or like take the opportunity and be more successful at it, or be able to move forward. But it's like because you were so new in it, or you were just starting out in some way, you didn't quite know all the tricks of the trade, or like how other people are doing something. So you didn't realize there was like other people around you that could help you, or like somewhere where you could go where they could like give you what you need to help you. So you may have just been kind of like spinning your wheels or going back and forth trying to figure this out for a while, or there was just some sort of disadvantage that you were at as far as like information on how to be the most successful. But it's like you finally like figured it out, or you finally like approached it in just the right way. You're able to put all the pieces together and like overcome and be really successful here. And so now it's like ready to show others, or invite others into it, or show it to the public, release it to the public, give it to um, like the general population of people around you in some way. Or maybe it's like finally time to let others in or tell them about it, and they're going to be like really happy for you, or really support you, really celebrate you. um so this doesn't, yeah, it could be like in regards to like work or something you were trying to do, or I don't know why I just heard like having kids or having a family, or it's like you finally figure something out, and so then you finally get to a place within the pregnancy where you feel like it's safe to like tell other people. So then you can finally like tell your family, and they're really happy for you. Like with this card here, I just saw like maybe you've had a lot of like miscarriages in the past, or just a lot of things that a lot of like early pregnancies that didn't work out, or you've been trying for a long time, it didn't work, or you just went through some sort of like loss or tragedy, or something just wasn't working out in the past. It was like you would just get like so close or to this certain point, and then it would just like not work out. So you could have went through like a lot of struggle in the past, and then it's like you finally get it right, or it's like everything finally comes together. you finally get the help that you need in order to like get your health into balance here. And so then everything comes together just right. And so you finally get past like a certain stage in your pregnancy, so you feel safe to like tell others and share others, um, like what's going on. And then they're like super, super happy and excited for you, celebrating for you, like wanting to lift you up. Like it's this huge victory because it's been like this long road of like um, almost being successful, but not quite being able to get there. um, and you like maybe weren't exactly sure like what you were missing or what was going on or like what exactly was preventing you from being able to like get off the ground or like go from it just being an opportunity of a viable pregnancy to like actually growing and developing in the next stage. So it's like you finally get the help that you need or get the yeah, like get some sort of knowledge or education that you need in order to get your health into balance so that you can persevere, progress forward as swiftly as you would like to. And then you're finally able to, like I said, like get past a certain point in the pregnancy to where you feel it's like safe to let others in or let other people know about it, share this with others. And then they're like really, really excited for you. Like you get to like really celebrate. Um, so yeah, multiple different scenarios. But if neither of those specific scenarios, like with like trying to invent something or do something with your work or offer some sort of service to others, or yeah, like the whole like pregnancy deal I just went through, if neither of those are like the exact thing that's going on in your life, hopefully both of those give you a general idea of like the energy that I'm picking up on, and so you can kind of like relate that back to or compare that to whatever you are specifically going through, since this is like a general reading here. We have the Seven of Swords. So again, I'm getting this energy of there was something that you didn't, there was just something that you were lacking. It's like whenever you would go in and try and do something and be really successful, there was just something that you were leaving behind, or just with the traditional Seven of Swords, how it's like their arms are so full and then there's like a few swords left behind. So I'm getting this energy of it's like you were so overburdened or overwhelmed in one aspect of your life, you weren't able to see like something else that was being neglected. And so you could have been like working so hard towards this goal, then you were like neglecting your health in some way. So then you had to learn how to like bring everything back into balance in order to be like your best self. Or um, it's like you were just so close, but something was just not really working out here. And I'm also getting just the way this person's sitting is like this energy of just being like really, really disappointed, or feeling like this is so unfair, or like I'm being punished, or someone's playing like tricks on me. Um, but it wasn't like that. It wasn't like you were being punished or it was like this sick game that you were never going to make it out of or something. It was more just like there was just something about it that you weren't able to see here, or just something about it that you didn't quite know. And yeah, that maybe isn't your fault because it's like you were just starting out or you were so new in this opportunity, or maybe a lot of other people around you didn't. Like going back to the pregnancy scenario, it's like you felt like, oh, there's something wrong with me. Like, why is this happening to me? Like, you just felt like you were being like personally attacked by spirit or the universe or something. Like, you're having to go through all of this loss, like something's being like stolen from you each time, like the pregnancy didn't go through or something. But it's like this is actually so much more common than women discuss or people discuss. And so it's actually a totally normal thing to experience like a few miscarriages. It didn't mean there was like anything wrong with you, or that yeah, like the universe was playing some sort of sick joke on you. It was just something that you weren't seeing, maybe about your health, or just something that you weren't aware of, or that you didn't quite know, and that you just needed to do a little bit more research or look into it a little bit more and just make a little bit of a lifestyle adjustment or a little bit of a change here, and in order to like balance out your health or your hormones in some way with the environment that you're in. And then you're able to like really move forward towards your goals more smoothly and successfully. But so yeah, it's like not your fault that like there was something about it that you didn't know or you didn't see or you didn't understand, is because it's like not, it's not this open thing that people talk about, is like how often women do go through things like this, or yeah, losses like this can happen. A lot of the times it just kind of gets swept under the rug and not talked about, and people are kind of uncomfortable talking about these types of things. So you can feel like it's just you, or like you're the only one going through this, or you have no support, or you don't have what it takes to like um, overcome or like figure it out here. But it's like, yeah, if more people were to, so yeah, it's not your fault that you were like ignorant to something, or you weren't aware of like something, or there was some sort of knowledge or information that you were missing. But it's, yeah, again, it's like not your fault, because it's like if more people were to talk about this or be open about this, then more people would realize how common it is, or more people would know like what it is they need to do in order to bring a balance and correct whatever's going on, like, and be able to move forward more quickly and more smoothly. But it's like because there's such a stigma and so many people don't talk about it, then there was just something you couldn't see, or you didn't know, or some sort of information you weren't given beforehand. So it just took you a little bit longer to like balance this out, because you were just thinking like there was something wrong with you, or like you were at fault in some way. So even going back to like the entrepreneur, like trying to set something off or like get something out there for the public or something, it's like if it's not your fault that there was something about it or some sort of aspect that you didn't quite know or didn't understand before you got into it, because it's like if more people were to be honest about the practicalities or the reality of what it's like being successful, like how many times you really fail and have to like keep going and start over before you actually land something successful. Like you always see like when they talk about like with the different celebrities, how like different things that they tried to do would fail before they made it in whatever way that they did, or like some of them were like homeless and stuff and then they turned it around. And I think Oprah used to like live out of her car. People use all these different examples, and it's like if more people were open and talked about like the true path to success or the true struggle in being successful, then it's like you would understand like everybody goes through the same learning curve, or it's like there's nothing wrong with you, or it's like the world isn't just like ultimately like against you or trying to like keep you like held down or betray you in some way. It's like it's actually really common for a lot of people to go through the same learning curves, or for a lot of people to not really know like certain things and have to um, take the time to like rework it or figure it out, or other people go through the same types of like learning curves or more. Like it's a, like success is not like a just a straight upward line, right? It's like this crazy curvy up and down roller coaster, and like everybody kind of goes through that, but not everybody is open to talk about all of that. Like for sometimes you just see like the end product or just the end result of like where people get with their business or what they're trying to do, or like where they're at right now, or you just see like what they want to offer, to the public to show other people. And so that doesn't give you like a true, full, clear perspective on like the reality of the true like loss and tragedy that so many people go through whenever they're just trying to get something started or get something going for themselves. It's like this is actually a lot more common. Most people have to spend a bit of time like learning something, or figuring out how to like balance out all parts of what they're doing, or all sides of what they're doing, or figuring out how to balance like your personal life with what you're trying to focus on or what you're trying to build. Figuring out how to balance like clients versus like friends and family. There's just like, yeah, some sort of big adjustment that like every business owner goes through when they're first starting out, or every person that starts doing like humanitarian work goes through, is like not knowing how to balance like giving to others and helping others and then taking care of themselves, or making time for their friends and family or something. So yeah, however that resonates for you. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, if more people were to be more open and honest about yeah, the reality or the practicalities or something, then it would be easier for everybody to like balance it out or figure it out and move forward. So it's like not your fault um that you had to like try so many times in order to get something off the ground, or in order to be successful here, to like take a certain opportunity you were working towards to the next level or the next stage. I'm also hearing that it's like spirit is really proud of you for like having the perseverance to like keep trying or keep working, even though you were getting like so close, but something was just like quite not quite right, or not quite able to be successful, or didn't quite work. And so it's like you had to stay really determined and patient and just really persevere here. And spirit is like really proud of you for just being really dedicated to your goal. And so it's going to be that much more worth it, or you're going to be that much more like thankful and excited to celebrate, because it's like you've had to work so hard and come so far and try so many times. So it's like you're really going to like appreciate the victory or the outcome in some way that much more. Distorted view. Perspective. A change in perspective is needed to view you or the situation with compassion. The root core of pain is often associated with how you may view yourself or the situation from a wounded place. Choosing to heal this brings the broken pieces back together to create a healthy viewpoint. Stuck energy, alignment. Your body is requiring energy work to get back in alignment by balancing your chakras and clearing your auric field. You have stuck energy that can be caused by holding on to pain or having resistance to let new energy flow in. Get grounded and reconnect to your body once again. Ooh, we have time and home. So that's cool. Those are some neat cards to get. Divine timing is everything. You are not stuck or heading in the wrong direction. Drawing the hourglass asks you to have patience with whatever your current situation is. All will come to pass when the moment is just right. This card can also indicate that something you are waiting for is just on the horizon. So, yeah, it's like all a part of the journey. It's totally normal. Here, you're not stuck or in the wrong place. Just like the card was saying, you're not doing something wrong, you're not failing. It's not some sort of like sick joke. Um, you are being guided to come back home to who you truly are. Drawing this card can signal a change in your physical home or sense of where you belong. Pulling this card also symbolizes that wherever your current situation is, you can trust that this moment is in alignment with your higher self. You have not lost your way. You are in fact right on time and right on track. Meditate on this symbol to access your higher power when having to make important decisions. You can always orient yourself north to the morning star and be assured that you will make the decision that is in alignment with your highest good. This is the symbol of the morning star. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave that there for our Aquarius. And thank you so much if you watched this far into the reading. If this was a really, really interesting one, just like Aquarius are really, really interesting ones. So if this resonated with you, definitely leave a comment and like explain, or like let me know. Obviously if it's like really personal, you don't have to be too you don't say anything you're uncomfortable with, but I love it whenever people leave comments and like explain how it like relates to them, because each individual situation is always so different than anything I could have like ever like even imagined while in the moment reading it. And I just love it. It makes me really happy, and really confirms to me that I'm actually helping people. So again, thank you so much for watching this far into the reading and supporting my channel. And I hope you have a really great day. Thank you.